It's just lost her 18th fight of the evening. It will be just over 3 rounds in the flyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. This man represents black country combat. It's El Guapo, Romeo Barnes! And fighting out of the blue corner, he represents the high MMA. It's Joseph ADDY! Your referee in charge of the action is Stuart B.
So we have Romeo Barnes in the black and white shorts and Joseph ADDY in the solid black. Here we go for a battle in our flyweight divisions. The last fight on our prelims. Then we'll move on to some amateur title fights. See how this starts. Romeo lands a nice shot early on.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, Chris. We got a banger coming up in the flyweight division. For all of us fans at home who might not know Spanish, El Guapo means the handsome Romeo Barnes. And again, a scrappy place in the flyweight division. We saw the pace that can be set by Mo Salah and Denzel Chibando earlier tonight.
Joseph ADDY doing a good job though here, controlling up against the cage. Keeping that right foot far back, allowing him to drive through his body, push off the floor, keep that pressure. El Guapo Romeo is going to make some space. He's trying to use that head position fight to do that.
Good head position thing. He's also got his left hand under the chin of ADDY, trying to bring it up. We know the Hive MMA, Black Country Combat, very stacked teams, stacked coaching divisions. Nice knee comes up the middle by El Guapo. Romeo Barnes is just a real specimen in there at flyweight. Can't take anything away from ADDY either, though.
Yeah, lovely knees by Romeo. I mean, generally you sort of considered the losing fight if you're being held against the cage, but striking-wise, he's throwing a little bit more than ADDY is.
And that's a bit of a sneaky thing because you have to push in to be holding somebody against the cage. So if somebody is pushing into you and then you throw up a knee and you run onto it, it is just that much more devastating.
Yeah, that's the fourth or fifth thunderous knee that's come from Romeo. Barnes doing a good job of pressing though. Yeah, ADDY doing a good job of pressing, using that head position, using that left underhook, controlling the position beautifully.
He's using the underhook well, but he's not really digging his head in as much as I'd like to see.
Caught the leg.
I say that, and then he kind of takes him out in the hole in the newlywed sweep.
Is that the technical name?
The newlywed takedown.
I thought it was drop the baby.
Oh God, you are dark, Chris.
That's just what I've heard.
Sorry, mate.
On the floor.
And ADDY on top here. He gets the takedown. Do those knees end up counting for absolutely nothing for Romeo right now as he's flattened out?
Good transition. He just timed that well, didn't he?
He did. He just waited till Romeo was going to try to push off his feet a little bit, get his hips up, and boom, steps right over.
Will we see ADDY posture up and try and do some ground and pound with 40 seconds to go? He's doing a good job of controlling the round, but he's not doing any damage as of yet. Pepper in the body.
Go that body. Maybe Romeo will let go. You got to bother that body and then posture up hard.
I'd like to see Romeo start bridging a little bit. Trap a foot, bridge to the side.
He's trapped an arm.
Yep, you can bridge to that side. It's there. He looks for it, then trap the foot.
That little detail of trapping the foot is not there, but now he goes into a quarter. And no matter what, he's still slowing the advance, the relentless advance of Joseph ADDY. 10 seconds remaining.
Nice ground and pound. Doing a little bit is ADDY, and that's what you need. You can't. These judges won't just accept the dominant position as winning a round. They want you to get to dominant position and do the damage. But ADDY got the takedown, passed, got to the mount position. Great round for ADDY, but didn't do any damage. Got beautiful new cameras here, Steve. Look at the definition on this shot.
4K.
And that shot.
Or is it 8K now? I don't know. There's a lot of Ks going on.
There's too many Ks. Yeah, you guys watching at home, hope you're watching on your Super HD television. Let's shout out a few people, Steve. I know there's a lot of fans over in Leighton Buzzard watching tonight. That train at Elite Training Centre. They'll be watching this, waiting for their man Ben Hodgson to fight later on. Hello to everyone out there. Hope you're enjoying this fight as well. Enjoying Joseph ADDY and Romeo Banks facing off.
Yeah, there's a whole plethora of great fights to come. We've only scratched the surface. This is our undercard. We're just about to get into the title fights.
A lot of title fights.
And then we pretty much got a three fight pro card. So
and we got Vinny.
Stay tuned. Call your friends. Get them to order the pay-per-view.
And all the BST fans out there as well watching. I'm sure there's a lot of you watching live on pay-per-view. Big shout out to you. Your your man Vinny Sibataru will be coming up in a couple of fights' time.
Very exciting for that.
One of my favorite fighters to watch here at Battle Arena.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Left hand.
Romeo Barnes looking for that left hand, rear left. Fairly static now. Definitely got the measure of each other.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, lovely knee. Caught the knee again and dropped into the floor. A little bit more dangerous of a position. He's got to be careful that leg doesn't come over.
See the grappling prowess here of Romeo Barnes. Oh, what was that?
He brought his foot in front, trying to set up an omoplata or a semi-rubber guard position, but lost it. He's trying to do exactly the same thing now on the other side.
He's got to get that leg out, but it's being controlled by Joseph Addy. He's got hands on the toes.
Yeah. I mean, if you hold the toes, but if you can still bring the leg over the head, the fact you've holded the toes sort of becomes irrelevant. When I roll, I almost like to bait. Someone grabs the toes, I'll just let them have it if I can bring the foot over their head. It's also why I have bad knees, though.
Exactly. Go plata.
Oh, he's setting
does,
up the triangle really well.
He's got the triangle, maybe a bit of a TP position here.
Yeah, we've seen it before on Battle Arena. He's trying to slip down to the triangle. He needs to get his right foot under his left knee. And for that, really, he needs angle. And the cage is just making it difficult. It's just limiting his movement.
Addy's doing so well to keep that right shoulder in and deep.
Oh, it's looking good. He can transition to an armbar as well.
Could look for that armbar right now. It was pretty much right there from Addy.
That cage is just killing this triangle. It was so frustrating for him. Oh, he's locking it up a bit deeper now, Steve. That's looking better and better. He's just going to take these shots.
You can see almost the panic for a moment on Addy as he tries to punch out. He's got deep armbar, but it's going to be really hard to finish it unless he rotates under.
Yeah, he slipped the head as Addy. So he's not in danger of the triangle, but was his arm, but I think he's safe now. Oh, maybe not.
Can you go back to it? That was a very good moment there
for
Romeo Barnes.
Flyweight fight. Often we find with flyweights is they can't hold each other down. They sort of bounce off the floor, bounce all over the place. But Addy's pressure and control.
Just great. He's just settled down.
Yep.
Right on top again. He's riding out another round here on top. But can he advance? Can he keep that slow progression going without any danger?
You think he's going for a buggy choke, Steve?
No, I thought so for a moment. I was like, oh, buggy choke.
I'd like to see one. I find them very hard to finish. Straight to mount for Addy. This is a great way for him to finish this round with 25 seconds to go. He's going to be big in the judges' eyes. Gets his takedown. Because they're going to have scored that submission attempt quite highly.
It was close.
Yeah, we've seen it before from the Battle Arena judges. They've given it to the guy on the bottom playing guard, but it's going to be quite a different thing if you finish in mount position. Looking for
even if he lands one
ground and pound
semi-good shot, you'll see these kinds of positions coming up. He'll have that kind of dominant position here.
Wow. I mean, I feel like a very good round for Addy. He's demonstrating really good control and movement. Now this is where the corners are going to make such adjustments. They're going to really, it's those little details that make such a difference, right? So they're going to be talking right now. They're going to be talking to Addy. And it's basically a bit of maybe a rinse and repeat. He's got to get this takedown and be careful of the grappling, of the submission attempts of Romeo Barnes. For Romeo Barnes, this is where you need a realistic corner. There's a good chance he's 2 rounds down. Second round was pretty close with those submission attempts, but there's still a good chance he's 2 rounds down. They need to talk to him about throwing a little bit of caution to the wind, throwing some power shots, how to set it up though correctly, and then if he's on the bottom, he's got to be aggressive with these submission attempts over and over again, and try and catch Addy guessing. But yeah, still anyone's fight. It's looking quite fresh. This Romeo Barnes although he's been in some bad spots, hasn't really taken any damage, and neither has Addy. Defended those submission attempts well. We're going in pretty fresh to this third and final round. And remember, fight fans at home, we have our main card coming up shortly with lots of title fights, so make sure you stay tuned for those.
Yep, spanning from the straw weight, the inaugural straw weight, to the world welter.
Beautiful right hand for Addy. And another one, show of respect, and then punched him in the face.
Yep, that's how you respect each other. Give each other the best you've got. Ooh, yeah. Picks the leg up just to try to land the right hand. Addy's like, I can take you down. I know I can. Can I box with you?
Yeah, mixing up. This is what the amateur ranks are for. Oh, both landed.
And this has been traditionally one of the... Ooh, little kick lands up. There's another takedown.
Oh, with the knee slide pass. Beautiful work by Addy.
Just floating right
stepping
past.
over that leg.
That was good.
I think it's like half guard. You think in a jiu-jitsu match, you would be like, oh, he messed up. He didn't get to side control. He didn't get to a more dominant position. in MMA, where the goal is really just to hold the person on the ground, half guard is great. In some ways, it's more difficult to stand up from other positions. Now, I'd like to see El Guapo Romeo Barnes work for a left underhook, which he's done, and now he needs to get onto his right-hand side and start trying to sneak his right leg through.
Got to turn in, got to make those.
Yeah, he doesn't want that.
It steps right over. Just a way different grappling level we're seeing here from Addy. Joseph Addy's all over him. And now, again, one of the criticisms in the flyweight division is you don't get a lot of finishes, but Joseph Addy's been looking for it the entire time.
Yeah, he really has. And so, trying to buck him off the front. He tries hard, doesn't quite work this time. We've seen that work quite a lot earlier on tonight, but not today.
Can he fight the hands?
Yeah, he's got to slide his shoulders to the floor, does El Guapo Romeo. But he's going to really struggle from here. Addy's got a nice grip on his head. He's also going to be aware the clock is going to start running down. He needs to hold these dominant positions, even if he can't get the finish.
I don't know if he's got it. He just doesn't quite have his... Ooh, that might be deep enough.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Just could do with a slightly better angle, but he's straightening out now. He's fighting the hands.
He's got one arm really, really deep.
Yeah, these big padded gloves are making it difficult.
Can he drip up? Can he get
Nice.
palm to palm is where I would see him go. From here, if he can get that hand, is he holding the glove? Maybe a bit, but on the wrist as well.
Well, Stuart Davis, our referee, one of the country's best, incredibly experienced referees.
And he's been in there himself, so he knows when somebody's grabbing a glove or got a finger in. Was he on the wrist there?
Yeah, former Bama fighter himself and very experienced Thai boxing fighter, and now referee. He's going to be looking at these little adjustments. 20 seconds to go. I'm not sure Addy's going to get the finish, but he's going to try palm to palm.
Oh, he's got a squeeze here.
He's going to just squeeze till the end.
That's what I like. I like the palm to palm because it just keeps him from pulling and stripping that back. He's got such a deep grip.
Yeah, he's just going to crank this to the end of the fight, I'm sure.
Might as well. A little exclamation point on what it was a very dominant performance from Joseph Addy.
Survived as El Guapo Romeo Barnes, but the night belongs to Joseph the Daddy Addy. Excellent performance.
I like your nicknames.
I'll do my best. Excellent, excellent. Joseph Addy. His team seem fairly confident he's won it. I'm fairly confident he's won it. Let's look at some of these replays. Brilliant takedowns, catching the kicks, timings. Really, really sharp. And like I say, make sure you stay tuned. We have a British strawweight fight coming up very shortly where we have Taylor Perking taking on Abdullah Hassan, Warfare Academy, against Breeze MMA. Then we had David Marzek taking on Vinny Sibutaru. And then Jordan Cox versus Mateusz Mazurowski.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. And we have a unanimous decision. For your winner, in the blue corner, Joseph